Have you ever wondered why some people become wealthy even when they don't earn the highest salaries, while others make millions and still end up broke? The answer has almost nothing to do with intelligence, education, or even hard work. It comes down to a few invisible psychological habits that quietly control every financial decision you make. Today, you'll discover the lessons that have transformed the way millions of people think about money, and one of them might completely change your future. Before we begin, if you'd like personalized guidance to improve your mindset, confidence, and life goals, you can book your private life coach session through the link in our bio. Right now, it's available with a 50% discount. Money looks like math, but it's actually psychology. We often believe that wealth belongs to the smartest people in the room. Yet history repeatedly proves something different. Brilliant investors lose everything. Ordinary people quietly become millionaires. The difference isn't knowledge alone, it's behavior. Every financial decision you make is influenced by your emotions, your past experiences, your fears, and the stories you've told yourself about money since childhood. Two people can see the exact same opportunity and make completely opposite decisions because they're carrying different life experiences. That's why understanding yourself is often more valuable than understanding the market. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that everyone plays the same financial game. Imagine someone who invests aggressively because they have decades before retirement. Then someone else copies that strategy even though they need the money next year. The strategy isn't bad, it simply belongs to a different game. Success comes from playing the game that matches your own situation instead of copying someone else's. Another powerful lesson is that luck and risk are always connected. When someone becomes incredibly successful, we often assume they must have done everything perfectly. But success always contains an element of luck. At the same time, failure isn't always caused by bad decisions. Sometimes smart people simply experience bad timing. This doesn't mean your choices don't matter. It means you should stay humble when things go well and avoid judging others too quickly when things go wrong. One of the greatest secrets of wealth is surprisingly simple. Earning money is only half the equation. Keeping it is what creates real freedom. Many people know how to make money, but very few know how to hold on to it. They increase their lifestyle every time their income grows. Bigger house, better car, more expensive habits. They become richer on paper but never feel financially secure. Real wealth is often invisible. The expensive watch, luxury car, and designer clothes you see aren't necessarily signs of wealth. In many cases, they're signs that money has already been spent. Actual wealth is the money people don't see, the investments, savings, and assets quietly growing in the background. The richest person in the room may look completely ordinary because real wealth rarely needs attention. One idea from this book changes the way many people think forever. The highest form of wealth isn't buying expensive things. It's buying control over your own time. Imagine waking up without someone else controlling every hour of your day. Imagine choosing projects because you love them instead of because you desperately need another paycheck. Money's greatest value is the freedom it creates. Patience is another superpower that almost everyone underestimates. We love dramatic success stories, but real wealth usually grows quietly through years of consistency. Compound growth looks boring at first because the results are small. Then suddenly everything accelerates. Most people quit before reaching that point because they expect immediate rewards. The patient few experience what looks like magic, but it's simply time doing the heavy lifting. This is why consistency beats perfection. You don't need to make brilliant financial decisions every week. You simply need to avoid catastrophic mistakes. Staying in the game matters more than winning every round. Even average investments can become extraordinary if they're given enough time to grow. Here's another uncomfortable truth. There is no number that automatically makes someone feel rich. As income increases, expectations often increase even faster. Chasing just a little more becomes an endless race. The finish line keeps moving. That's why gratitude is an underrated financial skill. Knowing when enough is enough protects you from making dangerous decisions driven by endless comparison. Comparison itself is one of the fastest ways to destroy happiness. Someone will always earn more, own more, or appear more successful. If your definition of success depends on outperforming everyone else, you'll never feel satisfied. Instead, define success according to your own values. Financial peace comes from building a life you genuinely enjoy, not one designed to impress strangers. The book also reminds us that uncertainty never disappears. People spend enormous energy trying to predict the future, which stocks will explode, which economy will crash, which investment is guaranteed. The truth is that uncertainty is permanent. Instead of trying to eliminate it, successful people prepare for it. They keep emergency savings. They avoid taking risks that could destroy everything. They build flexibility into their lives. Saving money isn't only about future purchases. It's about giving yourself options. Every dollar you save increases your ability to handle unexpected opportunities and unexpected problems. Flexibility is one of the most valuable assets anyone can own. Another fascinating lesson is that reasonable decisions often outperform perfect ones. Waiting endlessly for the ideal investment, perfect timing, or complete certainty usually leads to doing nothing. Progress comes from making good decisions consistently, not flawless ones occasionally. Many people believe financial success requires extraordinary intelligence, but discipline is usually more important than IQ. A calm investor often beats a genius who constantly reacts emotionally. Fear and greed have destroyed more fortunes than lack of knowledge ever has. Think about how often people panic during bad times. Prices fall, headlines become frightening, and everyone wants to escape. Yet history shows that some of the greatest opportunities appear when fear is strongest. This doesn't mean taking reckless risks. It means understanding that emotional decisions often become expensive decisions. One habit separates long-term winners from everyone else. They think in decades instead of days. Every choice asks one question: will this still help me years from now? That simple perspective filters out distractions and focuses attention on what truly matters. By now, you may realize that this book isn't really about money at all. It's about human behavior. It's about patience instead of impulse, freedom instead of status, discipline instead of emotion, long-term thinking instead of instant gratification. If you remember only a few lessons, remember these. Wealth is what you don't see. Time is more valuable than luxury. Patience creates extraordinary results. Comparison steals satisfaction. And your financial success depends far more on your behavior than your intelligence. Money is a tool, not the destination. Master your psychology and your finances become easier to manage. Ignore your psychology and even unlimited income may never feel like enough. The question isn't whether you can earn more money. The real question is whether your habits are helping you keep it, grow it, and use it to build the life you actually want.